Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Greenland. It's a movie not set in Greenland, and there's not a lot of Greenland shown. It's a movie also starring Gerard Butler and Marina Baccarin, aka the companion from Firefly, aka the main character from V, the short-lived and underappreciated remake series. So, as always, I'm going to do the good, the bad, and the furry. To start with furry, I think a dog makes an appearance or so, nothing really significant. Moving on to the good and the bad. So, this is not a Roland Emmerich film, but you might be convinced otherwise based on the subject matter, which is that the Earth is about to be destroyed by an asteroid bombardment. So, think about Armageddon, Deep Impact, probably some others that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but there's a whole bunch of movies where, like, asteroid is going to come do a planet killer thing, and, you know, people try and stop it. And there's a whole bunch of little asteroids that preclude the big world-ending asteroid, and so you're going to see a bunch of things and a bunch of people and a bunch of horror happen. And this one has a lot of that. Like, if you've seen those other movies, you get a lot of that. But what I will say that is different about this movie is that in pretty much all the others, like, even San Andreas and 2012 and Day After Tomorrow, like a whole bunch of those disaster movies, they have like the family that has the heart that you care about, but then they also pretty much always have some type of cutaway thing for like the government and what the government's trying to do to save things and save people and do and affect and yada 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 and all the plans and scheming and things that they're trying to fix and yada yada. This movie does not have that side of things. It is just about Gerard Butler and his wife and his kid, and they are trying to survive and get, you know, to Greenland. I feel like that's not spoiler because of how early on it kind of establishes. I mean, the title of the movie kind of gives you an idea of maybe where things might be headed, okay? Just saying. So it's just about their struggle. They just think about, you know, I Am Legend and how that chaos of trying to escape the things, or, you know, any Walking Dead, any zombie type movies that's out there, you know, the horror of people trying to get away from whatever infection, or in this case, trying to get to whatever transports can get them to the safe haven. So this movie has a lot of that, and I thought it was an interesting direction to go, where you don't have any of the like military planning on any of this. It is literally just about his family and what they try and go through. And, you know, it's a great example of in any apocalypse situation, I don't care if it's zombies, the weather, asteroids, whatever, you know what the worst thing always is? You know it. I know. It's always fucking humans. Humans are always the worst part of every one of these disaster things. Because humans are the worst. But what I will say is that this movie is not without hope. I think that they try and kind of end it on a hopeful note. I don't think they succeed, personally, because, you know, science. But, I will say that they do, I think, have a more hopeful view of humanity because, yes, humans are the worst, and always the worst thing about these movies, because humans are terrible. But humans are also awesome and good humans. Like, it is not just a laundry list of horrible people doing horrible things that you could imagine if people knew the world was probably going to end. It also has people doing good things because they're good people in a believable way. It's not just like, oh, I'm the hero character going to do the hero thing. No, like, okay, I understand that assholes be assholes, but good people also going to be good people. And there are good people in the world, and they don't just stop, not all of them, don't just stop being good people because a disaster is coming. And I appreciated that, and I liked it. And I thought this movie had good pacing, and the CGI that they had was, yeah, it was good. It was fine. I didn't see anything that like distracted me from what they'd established. The music gave you the feels. Not Avatar quality, mind you, but nothing bad, nothing distracting. It wasn't too high, too low, nothing like that. That works. Gerard Butler brings it as he does every single time, so he's always a win. Marina Baccarin is always a win as well. She was fantastic in this. The kid was fine, which if the kid had been a terrible actor would have really hampered the movie, but the kid was fine, so that worked out nicely. And yeah, this movie was a fun time because you got to see that struggle and that family. But if you don't like disaster movies, if you don't like, you know, struggle movies that maybe don't have the most satisfying of like, oh, 20 years later type of ending, I don't know that this movie entirely nails the ending. I was a little unsatisfied with the ending because I feel like they tried to bring some hope, but I don't think they succeeded. But overall, I enjoyed the journey because they had good tension and made most of what was happening believable, and anything that I was like, I don't know about that, Jim, wasn't too distracting or didn't make me enjoy the movie less. So they had good tension, and they had good characters that they had good actors that they meet along the way, and they didn't stick around too long or be overly like, oh hey, look, I'm a famous person type of actor thing. Like it just all very much worked. So again, I think that the audience for this is pretty narrow, and I think that, I mean, based on what I feel like the budget would have been for this movie, I don't know how they thought that they would have enough for it because of just kind of the narrow focus. But I enjoyed it, and I think that if you like disaster movies in general, but also the more family aspect of it, and if you like zombie movies as well, if you liked I Am Legend, if you like those type of movies, I think you will like this movie, and I think you should give it a shot. Also, I'm a big Gerard Butler fan, so, I'll always give all his movies a shot. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you the next one. Bye.